My name is Scott Raab. I'm the outreach director at Move America Forward.
So, what inspired you to be a part of Move America Forward?
Oh, I everybody in my family serves in the military. My grandfather, World War II veteran. I was in the Navy, and so when I got out of the Navy, I was looking for a calling, something to do, and I got interested in kind of giving back and helping people, and so it became a kind of natural fit. I got recruited to kind of revamp and focus on the military care package program here at the charity. And so it was a really great opportunity. And I kind of just jumped at it and I didn't know what it would lead to. But here, 10 years plus later, I'm still running the program. And I think we have the best box that goes overseas right now. I don't know any other charity that I think even comes close. I would have gave my whole paycheck for one of these boxes, but I focused in a lot. I just thought, what would I want? And thankfully there's a bunch of people out there that support the troops and military and companies that are willing to kind of donate products and things like that. So it really helps supplement our box. It makes it so that, any military family in the world can request, a care package for a loved one, any U.S. family. And, we're very fortunate. We're very blessed because of it.
Can you tell me a little bit about your own military journey?
Sure. Yeah, I joined the Navy back in '02. I was in '02 to '07. So when I deployed, I was deployed to the Gulf, and my time was up actually. They're like, all right, you got to go home. We'll put you on a helo to Bahrain, and then a couple months later, we'll fly you back. And I said, no, no, I'm on deployment. Let me finish. So I extended for a year to finish out my deployment. And then we get back to San Diego. And I think I had 4 or 5, 6 maybe months left in the military service. So it was a really awesome experience because I got to fulfill my, mission, my deployment. And then I had some time to separate. I was in San Diego and I had plenty of time to kind of get ready for separation and stuff, which is not necessarily the case for everyone back then, with deployments and everything the way they were. So I was really, really lucky.
Yeah, can you tell me about the care package?
Yeah, so we send large USPS large flat rate boxes. So the donation side and the care package request side are kind of two separate things. So anytime a donation comes in, a care package gets out. I have a running list that any military family can sign up, and they put their contact info for the service member, the recipient, how many care packages to send, where it's going, all that kind of stuff. And so a donation comes in, a box goes out, and that's all year round, not just around the holidays. The care package itself, we fill the top requested items by the military, and that changes all the time. We're an email contact, and now with today's technology, some people just text, but we get feedback for these care packages. So, we always put the top requested items. Coffee is always number one. I can tell you personally, when I was overseas and I was drinking Navy Black, which was basically, really old and burnt twice over, So when you get fresh coffee, that's like, it's like you're back home. It's back in your kitchen with your family, your loved ones. That's what these care packages are all about. It's to give morale support. The military provides the basics, we provide everything else. And what we're trying to do is, whether you're on your second, third, fourth, fifth deployment, you're away from home during the holidays, birthdays, etc. It can be really challenging. It can be tough. You're working 18-hour days. You're doing who knows what, all sorts of military type of jobs. You could be doing anything from, having to take water rations in Africa. You could be in the Middle East. You could be Korea. You could be Japan. You could be anywhere. And the work schedule's tough. What's being asked of you is tough. You're doing something really important. All these stressors, all these factors, basically can wear you down mentally. And you throw on top being away from home. We want our service members to remember that there's a whole bunch of people here in America that love them, that support them. No matter what you think about anything foreign policy, everybody can agree that our sons and daughters that are out there serving our country, they deserve thanks. They deserve to be honored. And so that's what these care packages are about. Coach K called it a love package. That's what he calls it. And I think it's pretty good way to describe it. So, there's coffee, there's jerky, there's cookies. You get the little girls at your door and say, hey, do you want to buy some cookies for the military, the Girl Scouts? Well, the Girl Scouts use our charity to send those. They give us the cookies. Our volunteers pack in the box, but this box has well over $200 worth of goods, treats, hygiene, simple things like Sudoku books and books and magazines, all sorts of stuff in there. And I just try to change it all throughout the year. Christmas time comes, we got stockings full of candy. Halloween comes, Valentine's Day's coming up, so we're gonna have the little conversation hearts in there. And in addition to all the other stuff, Thanksgiving's gonna come, we'll have turkey jerky. We try to spice it up. But our boxes, we send them all year round, not just around the holidays. So, the truth is, thanks to our recurring donors, they're providing Christmas every week of the year for our troops. And we have all different branches that are deployed, National Guard, reserves deploy. Those are guys that don't have to deploy, but they ask to deploy. They want orders to go overseas. And, I was active duty when I was in, but, I always thought that was really awesome. I wasn't really too familiar with National Guard and that sort of thing. And I've, since in my last 10 years here working at MAP, I've got built relationships with all the different branches, different bases. And it's really incredible. All the different types of people on every side of a branch, every type of service, they all deploy. You got everybody from door knockers to CBs. People building bases, people fighting, people protecting. We got canine troops. So um, for lack of a better description, we have tons of support that we receive here. We get tons of support here locally, and all that transitions to overseas, out to these troops that are deployed all over the world. I think last year I think we shipped to about 80 plus countries. And it's really just mom and dad, service member, chaplain reaching out to us, going to our soldier sign up form, letting us know where support can go. And then the program takes care of the rest. We actually only have 2 employees. The rest, we have a non-compensated board, 2 employees, and then I've got 3,000 plus volunteers. They
Oh,
do all the
wow.
heavy lifting. We got thousands and thousands of donors all across the United States. So when they donate money to the program, the next step is for the volunteers to come in. And I have groups. We have partnerships. So we have people like in doing community service hours from the Veterans Corps. We have adults with special needs that can't volunteer anywhere else. They can't go to places like the food bank or anything because there's quotas of what they can do. They can come here and sort and go through care package supplies, and there's no hard set quotas or anything like that. So someone that's blind, someone that has some mental difficulties, we partner with these other nonprofits that they assign guardians to these people, but they're able to come down here and really give back. And we have a partnership. We're one of the nonprofits that work with our local basketball team, the Sacramento Kings. They have a whole community service. They do a ton of great work, right? And part of that is they include local charities, to games or to different, for us, it's like the military service, salute to service games and stuff. They'll let us kind of go. And one thing that they did was really cool is Michael, who's a special needs, he has no vision, and I think he has some mental problems too, but he's one of my best volunteers. He's here every single week, sorting care package supplies, not the most glamorous work, but to him, he loves it and he knows he's giving back, and he's got family in the military, and he's the biggest Kings fan in the world. So he got to go to the game. They arranged for him to meet Matt Barnes, who's
Oh,
kind of like a local celebrity for the
oh
Kings.
yeah.
Anyways, they made this is the best day of Michael's life going to that game. And that's only because there just happens to be a basketball team. They have community service and they care about the military. And we work with all these other organizations. Anyone who wants to support our military, we make that work and benefit our program in one way or the other. And so we're really, I'm really proud of the care package program. And aside from the absolute necessity and awesome work it does for fulfilling these care package requests, there's a whole nother side to it. All the community service and work that goes into it from, our army of volunteers out here and people giving back, veterans, military families. We partner with the Wounded Warrior Project, for example. Every quarter they come in here and volunteer. And these are guys like me, alumni, that have served, and they have, they might have a mental or physical ailment. And, because we're doing care packages, we're able to have these people and let them make an impact, make a difference. And so whether you're a donor, whether you're a community group, individual person, a family, whatever it is, our program makes it so you can make an impact on the lives of our heroes, the men and women serving, all the people that signed the dotted line up into their lives. You can make a difference today. Doesn't take anything. All you got to do is go online, sign up to volunteer, request a care package so we know where to send it to. Come down, pack a box. It's a variation of that process, but I'm really proud of it because when we started it, the care package program actually just started by one of the board members had a person in the National Guard and he got deployed. He said, "Hey, I could use some stuff." And they
Yeah.
sent some coffee, and then they sent coffee and cookies, and then their buddies and their friends requested some for them. And then 20 years later, I think we have the best care package program in the United States, and we're not government funded. It's all individual families and donors and companies. Um, we're very lucky to be doing this.
Yeah, you touched on a little bit, but what have you seen with soldiers and military members' confidence level after receiving the packages?
Well, that's the crazy thing. I remember both boxes I got when I was deployed, and they came with personal messages. Our boxes come with personal messages, postcards from supporters that you can actually write them back and be like a pen pal. But the two boxes I got, I can't remember what was even in them. I don't think anything, nothing like what I send, but whatever was in them, I remember I loved it and I enjoyed it because it wasn't burnt coffee and it wasn't terrible Navy food. And so it was incredible, and it got split up between all my buddies I worked with. Um, the personal message, I must have read those thousands of times. I mean, all the time. Anytime I hit the rack, one was really short, and then one was really long. One was like very short. We're thinking about you. We hope you're doing well. Stay safe. Short and sweet. I loved it. Another one was all about this whole lady's life and her family, and it was like it was probably 7 8 pages. I read that thing a million times too. It's crazy when you're overseas, in the limited time you have to yourself. It's nice having that personal connection, and that's what we see all the time. I hear from troops that have received our care packages every week of the year, almost daily, messages, videos, pictures, and it's incredible. You see these guys, these guys, these last ones I just got recently. They put the care packages and all these like different scenarios, I guess is the best way to say it. They're working under the truck and they got the box with them there. Some guy's holding up a box like it's a telephone, but it's a phone card we sent him. And he's like, thanks, So they're pretty I know it makes a big impact because I got it and then I see all these pictures. But we get messages. We get messages from the service member themselves. We get messages from the families that request it, thanking us for doing this, and thinks it's not really necessary. We're proud to do it. Families will be they'll have a son or daughter deployed and they'll be like, well, I'll do it tomorrow, or I'm going to go this weekend or next week. And 6 months later, they haven't sent anything. So our program makes it easy for them. And, we'll get messages from the troops saying, thank you so much. This made a big impact. We haven't had any fresh supplies for 2 or 3 months. I was going crazy without any coffee. Oh my God, this jerky's amazing. I haven't eaten anything this good in so long. People talking about, oh, I got these M&Ms and everything. And that's what I would always get from my wife every time I left work on a Friday. There's all these little different stories, but essentially it all comes down to the same thing. They don't have access to any of this stuff. They don't have the access to kind of the things that that we take for granted. They can't just go to the store and get a Gatorade. They can't just go to the
Right.
store and pick up some snacks or treats or whatever. So when you send it, it's mail call. And in the military, are you a service member? Did you serve?
I've not served. My father-in-law has served.
Oh, what branch?
He was Army, a
Ah,
retired
nice.
colonel.
I'm not going to hold it against him. I was Navy. That's okay. Army's fine. No, but the truth is, he could tell you, mail call is something very special. Well, it depends on where you're at, but there'll be a predetermined time that mail call comes, and they distribute whoever gets mail. And the vast majority of service members don't ever receive anything. The vast majority. So when mail call comes, it's special because it's to you. These boxes will have your name on it. You get a hand packed, personally addressed box to you, for you. You open that thing up. It's got all kinds of awesome treats and stuff you've never even seen while you're deployed. It reminds you of home. It lets you know that someone back home, that a perfect stranger cares about you and loves you. I mean, that's you could be having a really tough time overseas, missing family, and you can get down on yourself. There's a lot of different scenarios that you put a bunch of work and stress on top of, and you know it's pretty tough. It's not easy, and a lot of people can't deal with that kind of stuff. So these boxes are designed to show them that love and support and get them through that next shift. And it doesn't hurt either that you can trade away some of these items for someone to do your next shift and polish your boots and iron your uniform. These things. I say I would have gave my whole paycheck for one, but the reality is this box is a lot of currency overseas. Not if you're the guy that shares your care package with your whole unit, I mean, you're a hero. And it's really great thing. And we have a program called the Candy Diplomacy Program, and that's the idea that all these treats and things you share with the local populace that you're helping, or just with your other fellow service members, and sharing something and giving something to somebody. If you want to make an impact, that's what you do. Our donors who give these care packages to our troops are making an incredible thing. But when that box arrives, our service members, people that haven't received anything, they share it to their friends and their colleagues, and that's something that I think is really incredible because you would think you would want to keep it for yourself. You ain't getting nothing else. You haven't got anything for however many deployments, and then you get this box. But the recipients are usually the first person to say, "Oh man, hey, I got whatever. I know you like this. Hey, I got you this." And this is in the middle of the desert. This is in the middle of a deployment. This is in the middle of combat. This is in the middle of, you know, being out in the middle of nowhere. Um, it's a testament to our troops, and I think the great things that they do.
What are some of the things that motivate you?
Motivate me. I mean, I'm a Navy guy, so I'm really lucky. I feel I don't really work. I love what I do. I get to talk to military families all day long. I get to connect with great volunteers and people that care about the troops, that care about veterans, that care about the military family. I get to send awesome things overseas, so it kind of motivates me. Is you are reminded every day from news and events that our troops are in harm's way. You saw what recently happened with the three service members we lost in Jordan, but that's not a unique story. People don't always think about the troops in the news because they might not see it every night, but the reality is, and a lot of people in the military community follow it very closely, attacks and dangers and things that our troops are dealing with all across the world. It's a dangerous world. There's a lot of people that don't like um, the idea of freedom in places that they don't have it. And so it's a really dangerous thing. And so when I think that we can make a difference and give some morale support to someone, and maybe they're a little bit happier, maybe they're a little bit more efficient, maybe it gets them through whatever dark time that they're in because they know someone cares about them. I think that's what motivates me because I was that guy at one point. um, and I wasn't, I was in the Navy, and all things considered, I had it really, really good. I was on a ship. I had food every day. We had electricity every day. I wasn't knocking doors in Afghanistan when I served, but there are a lot of guys, we're in foxholes, we're under fire, we're doing incredibly dangerous things, asked to do incredibly heroic things with very little means to do it. And our troops always do it. They always make it work. It's incredible what our troops are able to do. So I just know that there's a lot of people out there, a lot of heroes that will never get thanked, will never get any credit. And if I can somehow reach them overseas with one of these boxes, I know I can actually make an impact in that guy's life, in that girl's life. Someone that is putting it all on the line, someone that's working incredibly hard. And I think that's why a lot of supporters, I think everyone that supports the program knows at the end of the day, when that box reaches wherever it goes, you're making an impact for a hero, someone that I don't think you can impact any other way. If you want to help support a military family, that is the best way to do it, I think.
So where do you want to see the program, say, in the next 3 to 5 years?
Well, we're actually in a big midst of a big transition. You know, a lot of care package charities have shut down. Our charity, we've only gotten stronger. We've only increased the number of boxes we send. We've only increased the number of partners. Um, we do a broadcast TV show called Troopathon, which is a telethon, an hour-long telethon, and basically it tells the story of our troops, this care package program, what we do, how we do it, and we've seen a lot of success. We're trying to spread the word all around the U.S. And so, you know, in 5 years, I'm hoping that our Troopathon and our charity can become a resource to even more people, and we can continue to help more. Because you know, the truth is, at any given time, I got 5 to 10,000 requests easily. There's always someone that needs a box, and you know, really busy times around Christmas and Fourth of July, I'm sending a lot of boxes. But in those other months, I wish I could be sending 10,000 boxes those months too. You know, so um, I think my hope is that we will reach enough people, enough families, and they will know I can request a box for free. They will know, hey, I can make an impact by donating and helping fulfill those requests. So that's my real goal, just to continue on and get bigger and better, and hopefully improve the care package even more so. We do a lot of things right now with the care package. You know, USPS tracking info is sent to whatever email that requested the care package. So now the service member, mom and dad, knows when the box is going to get there. They can look forward to that date. You know, one thing that really helped me when I was deployed, my mom had a really rough time because I couldn't tell her exactly where I was. I couldn't really tell her what I was doing. Those phone calls overseas on the sat phone was tough. They were, you know, she was super sad. But then once we actually had a date when we were going to see each other, you know, or she sent me something, you know, it was something that we could talk about, focus on, something positive. And so, you know, all these little type of things that we put in this care package, from the postcard to the tracking info, to hand dressing it, hand packed, you know, all these little things are just kind of building on top of each other to um, make the biggest impact that we can. And so if we can make that impact a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more every year, you know, hopefully one day I won't have a running list of 10, 20,000 names. You know, one day, you know, we'll be able to just hit everybody every month. You know, it'd be great. But until then, we're just gonna keep going, keep building.
How can people reach out and learn more?
Well, they can go to troopathon.org. You can go on there and you can find all about the program. You can request a care package for a loved one. You can sponsor and donate a box yourself. You can find out how to volunteer. We have different volunteers of, you know, we have ambassadors that go out and advocate for the program, for people to do item drives, product drive, donation drives. We have people that write messages, like write letters for us all year, and they send those messages to us. We put it in the hand, you know, all these awesome messages from kids and families. They go right in the boxes too. You might know a loved one that's serving somewhere, and or you know someone that does. You can let us know, request a care package for them so that we can get it to them. You know, one thing that's great about our care package, you can see in these pictures, has our web address there. And so as it travels, wherever it goes, every service member on the way to the delivery, whoa, that's how I get a care package. Our program's self-fulfilling. So all these guys right here and the 50 people that saw that box before it got there, now they know where they can request a box. And so if you submit a name, you know, you not only are you going to let one of our donors send a box to them, but all the service members that see that box on the way, now they can request a care package for themselves and their friends. And so, you know, it's one small action can lead to a huge difference. And that's for anything. You know, you donate a box, guess what? You just fulfilled the very next care package request. And that means that that box on the way to whoever it's going to, and all the people on that path, now they know how to request a box. And now we got, you know, I got 50 more names to send to. Maybe that family decides, hey, we got this awesome box. What charity was it? Now maybe someone in their family donates one, and that helps another military family. So it just kind of all leapfrogs off each other, and that's by design. You know, we we try to be as efficient as possible with the care package program.